Hey Dan, how do you turn your phone on Do Not Disturb? Just got it in the perfect spot.
Okay, we'll go back just fine.
Just that way, no.
In Charlotte? Yeah, or Katie, not Nielsen. Charlotte Nielsen and Katie. One, two, three, and. Maybe at like 15. No. You can have your students like you're there, and you can still play into the mark. It's all the same. Okay, so as long as you're always listening. Okay, fresh start. Yeah. That's all I need to hear. Yeah, next one. Find 125. Oh, let's just start. You know what? No, let's just start right at 125. Got it? Yeah, Yeah, that's the best you put it down. Just make sure that you watch the tempo. We'll start at the very beginning. I'm 39. Wait, 39. Ready? Okay. 2, 3, and.
Yeah, salad. I forgot to serve you good salad. How about if we do like a raffle giveaway? And we can be like, if you're in C, K2, we get a better salad. I forgot to say our salad.
No, I'm just going to give it
Oh, wait, maybe that's your punishment.
Yes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Thank you for being here tonight. Welcome to Denver. My name is Dan Cooper, and it's my privilege to host these students tonight for this performance. I'd like to welcome you, thank you for being here, and welcome you to the Cyclone Center. You're in for a real treat because these kiddos are playing out of their minds. They're playing so great. Every tune that our guest director has selected, I'm like, every time, all day long, I was like, oh, I really like that song. And I really like that song. So parents, if you're from Denver and you really like something, you can put in some suggestions of once we do it or next one. Or if you're like, I swear I've heard that before, that's where you're going to find it. It's really been a privilege to get to see our guest director work with these students today. It's also been an incredible privilege to see these guys come together. What I think is really great about this event, different than any other conference events that we have, is that here, all these kids representing all of the different communities and schools, and every other location, we're like, yeah, kill him! Yeah, stop it in your face! All right! And you're like against each other, and you're like, oh, I can't believe we beat that team from over there! And then this is the one time that we have where we can come together and actually work together, and shows a little bit about the power of music, and specifically what an instrumental ensemble can be. It was really an incredible thing to hear the very first performance this morning, where nobody knew each other. Most of them had not looked at the music much before. I mean, they probably say they practiced it, but we know, like once on the bus ride over, doesn't really count. And then to see it come along today is a testament to their ability, and also to our guest director. It's really fortunate to have that, Mr. Jeff Robilliard working with our group today, and I think you're really going to enjoy this performance. Thanks so much for keeping your kids in school. Thanks for being here tonight. I hope you have a great night and hope you enjoy this performance. Ladies and gentlemen, help me please welcome Mr. Jeff Robilliard and the 2025 NICL Conference.
Thank you so much. It really has been so fun and such a privilege to be here today, and I'll talk more about that later. I just want to talk about the order of the concert first. That was Wolves of Alaska. The order of the concert tonight was selected by them in a democratic fashion. No fighting was involved. I was impressed. It was not the order I would have came up with, but I ended up liking what they came up with better. So next will be In a French Garden. Our next piece is entitled Hobbit, Hymn and Dance, and it comes from The Lord of the Rings. If you are familiar with the movie series at all, this came before that. Like many movies, it was a book written first by J.R.R. Tolkien, I think. And the book, actually before the movie, was the inspiration for this music, which is actually a part of a much larger 5-movement work that's like an hour long, and it's an award-winning composition. It's quite a famous piece of music for wind band literature. Anyway, we're going to perform just a portion of it today, Hobbit's Hymn and Dance. Hope you enjoy. Our next piece is entitled Novo Lenio, and throughout the composition in the students' parts, there's some Latin and some things that don't really make sense, and so some of the students were asking at the end of our rehearsal today, what is this song about? And actually, it is a programmatic piece, and it was written, the composer's school, with his hometown, was getting a new high school. So they wrote this piece kind of to commemorate that occasion. And so the beginning is meant to be the nostalgia of walking through the old halls of the old high school. And then it gets kind of loud and raucous in the middle, which is supposed to depict the construction of the new high school. And then it's more happy and grandiose towards the end, depicting new beginnings with the new high school. This is No Millennium. And before we play our last piece, I alluded to it earlier. Today has been it's been a great day, but these students have worked very, very hard. I don't know when the last time they played 7 hours of practice. Like probably, I don't know if any of you have done that at home. You can attest to that. But after a while, it's both physically and very mentally taxing. But they just hung in there. It is no easy feat. We just all introduced ourselves to each other this morning, and here we are performing a concert. In perspective, usually at home, it takes, every 2 months we're doing this, and now we're asking these students to do this in a day. And they've really just done a phenomenal job. I've done a handful of these, and these students, this is one of the more enjoyable experiences I've ever had with a group of students. So, first of all, kudos to the band directors here. Music education in this part of the state is top notch. It's really, really strong. So great job to our band directors in the NICL conference. Did I say that right? Yeah. So let's hear it for the band directors. And then, of course, it all starts with their families and what you do as parents and guardians to support what they do. They couldn't do it without you. If you remember, it wasn't that long ago when they brought this instrument home, and I'm sure it was very interesting, the sounds that were coming out of those instruments, and now they're doing this only just a few years later. Very talented, hardworking group of students up here. So again, I've just really enjoyed my day. Kudos to everybody involved in the honor band and in this conference. So we are going to finish tonight with Hope Hawk.
Thank you.
Thank you.